Abby says she experienced every grown woman's worst nightmare in a very public setting.
In a very public setting. And I feel like actually recounting the experience might be actually more embarrassing than what I actually went through. And it's funny because I was supposed to talk about this yesterday, and then we're skirt. Let's talk about your depression anyway. And if we had done this segment yesterday, it would have been very different than how it turned out today, because I had to relive this experience again yesterday during my flat tire snafu.
So it's happened twice?
So now it's happened twice.
Okay. If you're not sure what she's talking about with the flat tire, we all went out to Korean barbecue last night. Abby was supposed to be there, but got a flat tire on the way, so couldn't join us.
I was stuck in my car for 3 hours. So this weekend, I made plans to go to church because I'm exploring my faith, and this is something new for me. I took a year off because I wanted some time to kind of figure out who I was without that part of my life. I grew up very Christian, had some doubts, and so I took some time to just kind of like take a step back and have
trial separation.
Okay. I broke up with God for a little bit. We're on a break.
Jesus, I want you to sit down here. This isn't working. Just want to take about a year off, and then we can go ahead and we can revisit in a year.
Just be careful. I hope the Holy Ghost doesn't ghost you.
That's right.
Wouldn't be the first time. So this is something new for me. So it's a little nerve-wracking. It's kind of like first day of school vibes. Like you go in and, you got to find a place to sit, and everyone's got their little cliques. And it is a very public setting. This is a massive church. And so it's like one of the times of the week where I get kind of dressed up because that makes me feel good. You're going to see a lot of people. You need to look your best. And I've also been going to this group where you can start asking questions about your faith and exploring that. And so I also had that that morning. And conveniently, that weekend, I had also started my period. Something that happens when you're a lady. Comes once a month. And when you're a lady, it's still shocking every month that it happens. It doesn't matter how old you get. You never get used to it. You're like, and I have no supply. It's here. What am I supposed to do? Well, I wasn't expecting this, despite the fact that it's written in my calendar.
I hate to break it to you. I'm almost 20 years older than you, and it's still the same way to this day. Every 28 days, that puppy's coming. I even have a period tracker. For some reason, it's a surprise every damn time.
I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad at having my period.
And is it a very naive question to ask? Well, when you know it's getting close, just put that stuff in a purse, just in case?
No.
Well, I always have something, yeah. Typically, I always have something in my purse, but even it's just funny how it's
just shocking every time.
It's like you're in denial about it. You're like, no. It's some anyway.
I'm like, for me, because that 28 days goes by so fast, and I'm like, I felt like I just had it yesterday.
No, literally. So this weekend, it didn't come as a surprise. So I got it on Saturday, and then the second day is usually the fire hydrant day. You're just gushing from all angles.
Okay.
So this could have been a bonus segment. Anyway, so this is gonna make a lot of sense. So I told you it was gonna be embarrassing to talk about. So Sunday comes around. I'm getting dressed, and I notice that I'm running really, really behind. I hate that. I like being 15 minutes early. That's my shtick. And so I'm running out of the house, and I'm driving down to the church. It's a couple of minutes away, and I realize I have not changed my tampon in a couple of hours. And I start to feel that an accident is about to happen. I know I have maybe 5 minutes before I walk into that church with a massive red splotch in the back of my seat. And I start to panic because I can't turn around because I am determined to get to this church because I'm supposed to have lunch with someone and I don't want them to think I'm backing out. And so as I get to a red light, I start fumbling through my glove box. There's no tampons in there. I start looking for a napkin, just anything to shove down my pants.
Yep.
There's nothing in there. And then finally I get to a red light and I'm panicking because I can start to feel that trouble's coming. And I see a t-shirt on the floor of my car. And I just shove that sucker in there. So I am at a red light with my pants half hanging down and an old University of Florida t-shirt just shoved up my crotch. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, that's plan A, but how am I going to handle plan B? Because I cannot walk into this very public church with a t-shirt hanging out of my jeans. So I get to the parking lot. I have about 5 minutes before I need to be up there. I'm fumbling through, and thank God I had a tampon with me. But the thing is I already have a little splotchy situation happening.
Yeah.
I need to figure out something quick. So I'm in the parking lot and I realize I just have to go full send in this parking lot. I have to pull that sucker out in the middle of the church parking lot. In the middle of the parking lot. I am like, dear God, I know in this moment a small child is going to come around and get in the car next to me and see something they should not see. Thank God that didn't happen. And
you were able to do that in the car?
And I was able to do that in the car. I carry hand sanitizer with me everywhere, so I just cleaned myself up, walked in, then I walked into the Lord's house. And then I had to relive that trauma yesterday because I got stuck in my car for 3 hours with my flat tire. So that guy's like, the guy who came to pick up to change my tires, like, you're in such a bad mood. I'm like, well, I've been here for 3 hours and I have blood all over my pants. Like, how would you feel?
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
Let me alleviate some stress for you, okay? You know how you were nervous about breaking up with God here over the last week, right? I just want to let you know that God's already broken up with you. Clearly.
He wants nothing to do with it.
Absolutely not.
Go home.
The Bert Show.